Hi, this is Ramu, Associate Professor, Department of CSC, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today class we are going to discuss about arrays. See, array is a collection of homogeneous data type. But before going to arrays, what is the purpose of arrays? Why we need to learn arrays? First, we need to know that thing, right? Here, before going to the topic, I'm going to explain the problem with the normal variables using a small concept. See, for example, one girl is there. Now our task is to store her CGPA. We just create a one variable, float variable, and we store that value as 8.9, right? And for example, the same. For example, if you want to store three girls CGPA, then what you can do? You just create three variables, three float variables, the namely CGPA1, CGPA2, and CGPA3, right? By using these three variables, I am going to store the three girls CGPA. For example, if I want to store a 500 girls CGPA, then I should create a CGPA variables 500, right? As well as, so 500 variables, the creation of the 500 variables is not an easy task, right? And as well as, for example, if you want to know the particular girl CGPA, how I can retrieve? Is it possible to remember that many girls, and is it possible to pick the directly? No, it is not possible, right? So if you want to handle such kind of data, means if you want to collection of the same kind of data, then you can opt arrays. Arrays is the best thing to process the same kind of data. That is why, see, arrays is a definition. An array is a collection of data items, right? All of a same type. That is a very, very important. Array is a collection of homogeneous. Sometimes it's called as a collection of homogeneous, right? All the names referred with the same name. All items referred with the same name. That is the beauty of the arrays. Is this clear? Array is a collection of homogeneous data items. Homogeneous means the same type. Collection of all float variables, collection of all integer variables, or collection of all characters is called as a homogeneous, right? See, this is the collection of pens. All pens are the same type, right? Then you can use array. Then it calls as an array of pens. Next, pencils and books. Collection of books is concerned the same kind of type. Array of cars means all are the car type. Is this clear? So, like that, we are going to define the array. Array is a collection of homogeneous element where you can use, where you want to create a multiples of variables with the same type, then you can opt arrays. I'm going to show you the declaration how you are going to do that one. See here, type. Type is the which type of data, is a float or it is a integer or it is a character. What type you are going to represent here? See, the type is a int, right, float or char. It is a which type of data you are going to collect, right? And next thing, see, array name. Array name is like a variable name. However, you can use a variable name. Already you have discussed variable name rules. It should start with alphabet or underscore, as well as it doesn't contain any special symbols other than underscore, and it doesn't allow any keywords as a variable name, right? Should follow the same rules for the array name also. Next, array brackets. This is called as a array brackets, square brackets, and we're going to print the array size. So this is the size of the array. How many elements you are going to store? For example, if you want to store 500 members, then simply you can use, see, I want to store 500 girls CGPA. 500 girls CGPA. What is the type? It is a float, right? Float type. And what is the variable name? So CGPA. And next time, how many girl students are there to creating the CGPA? Means the 500 girls. That's all. Our task is over. Instead of creating CGPA 1, CGPA 2, CGPA 3, you can create CGP of 500 means the 500 variables are created and memory is allocated. Right? Is this clear? So 500 variables are created and 500 memory is also allocated for the each variable. See, here I have one more example. Int of a of 10 means you have created 10 variables with index of a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4, a of 5, a of 6, a of 7, a of 8, a of 9. Please remember, for example, here size is 10. Size is 10. Size is n means the index starts with 0 and ends with n minus 1. Please note this. This is the starting index and this is the ending index. End and start. This is clear? So always remember index of the array starts with 0. Don't forget the 0. Right? As a computer science student and as a computer, 0 is a play vital role. So array is starting index is 0. It is very, very important. Right? Next, this is the array of 10 variables. This is the array of 10 float of 10 variables. This is the character of 10 variables. See, A is a integer of 10 variables. B is a 10 float variables. C, 10 characters. Right? See, here, for example, 10 means this is the starting index and ending index is 9. Already we discussed, right? This is the 0 and this is the 9th index. You can store one by one values. See, for example, here size of integer is 2 bytes. For example, now if you run this size of int in your computer, it shows a 4 bytes. Okay, as you wish. Even if you want to take 4 bytes, it's not a big issue. Int of a means each variable is 4 bytes, right? How many variables you have created? 10 variables means 4 into 10 is equal to 40. The size of the variable array is 40 bytes. Total size of the a variable is 40 bytes. Coming to the b, what is the size of float? Is a 4 bytes, right? So it is also 4 into 10 is equal to 40 bytes. Coming to the character size is 1 byte, right? So means 1 into 10, that is equal to 10 bytes. Right? Each character is going to take 1 byte. And as well as, please remember, every variable has a one address. We will discuss very clearly in the pointer section. But every variable contains one address. Right? For example, the starting index of this a of 0 is 1000. For example, see the next data item address is, this is for example, it is an integer, right? It is an integer. How many bytes for each variable is going to allocate? 4 bytes, right? And the next one address is 1004 and next one address is 1008. So like that means a of 0 address is 1000. If you consider, then one address is 1004 and 2 address is 1008, 3 address is 1012. So like that it will increase 4 bytes. Each and every variable it is going to take 4 bytes. For example, it is a character. For example, a is a character. If it is a character, then you know that a of 0 is going to take 1000 is the starting address. Then a of 1 is going to take that. How many bytes for character? 1 byte. 1 byte. So a of 2 is goes to 102. Right? Like that, the memory is going to allocate for the each variable. Please note this. This is the array size n. N means it is going to start from 0 to n minus 1. 0 to n minus 1. Is this clear? Now we are going to initializing part. See, if you take a of 6, int a of 6 means you are going to create a 6 variables. All are which type? Integer types. 6. A is a array of 6. Which type? Integer type. Right? A is a array of 6. Integer type. A is a integer variable. right? A is a integer variable. So please note this. When you, for example, if you write int a, means how we can pronounce it. See, a is a integer variable. For example, if you write float a, then a is a float variable. Char a, then a is a char variable. Like that you need to pronounce. So here also a is a array of 6 integer variables. Like that you need to pronounce. Yeah, to create a of 6 means it is going to allocate 6 data parts. 6 data parts. See, this is called as an index. This is called as an index. Please note this. Index is always positive. Index is always positive. And as well as always the starting index is 0, right? So this is the 0 and n minus 1. This is the n minus 1 means that is a 5. Right? And as well as, for example, this address is considered 1000, then here the address is goes to 1004, and here the address is goes to 1008, here the address is goes to 1012, here the address is goes to 1016, here the address is goes to 1020. For example, if the starting address is 1000, each time it is going to increment by 444 like that. Why it is a 4? The size of integer is 4 bytes. Size of integer is 4 bytes. That is the reason. Right? This is clear. Don't get confused. Integer size, as per the ANSI C, integer size is 2 bytes. But now compilers are changed. That is the reason if you use the size of operator is used to check the size of variable or data type. It gives a 4 bytes. The reason is now the architecture is changed. C is a compiler dependent language. C is the compiler dependent language. Right? Next, for example, if you want to store a one data item, a of 2 equal to 10. A of 2 equal to 10 means what happened? This meaning is you need to store 10 data item at the index 2. What is index 2? This is the index 2. Here you need to store the 10th item. That is the meaning of a of 2 equal to 10. And a of 3 equal to 20. A of 3 means the third index. You need to store the third index value is 20. Is this clear? And a of 0 equal to 50 means that here you need to store the 50. Is this clear? And a of 1 equal to 80 and a of 4 equal to 50, and last one I left it as a empty. This is possible with the installation like this. Is this clear? This is way you are going to store your data into the array. The initialization, data initialization, and as well as C. For example, if you want to initialize all items instead of one by one, then you can use this kind of category. See, if you consider like this, see here you don't have this kind of data item because here you have taken 5, right? You have 5. So you don't have that last part. And see, U of 0 means by default this is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, this is the 2 index, this is the 3 index, this is the 4 index. Right? So you don't have a provision to skip the middle indexes. Instead of storing 1, I cannot store the second index. If you want to store like that, I should initialize the 0. Otherwise, it doesn't take the next initialization. For example, see here 1, 2, 3. Instead of storing 1, can I store the 80 into the 2? No, it is not possible. The reason is you should give the data in the same order. And also, empty initialization also it is possible. Without specifying the size, you can manage. So compiler can identify what is the size of the array. So based on the number of elements, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the size is 5. The compiler is going to take the decision how many elements are there, and compiler going to take the size of the array if you forgot to give the size, or if you skip the size of the array, right? But please remember, the only drawback of arrays is the size is fixed. So you need to mention the size. So size is fixed. Size is fixed. Remember, only when the time of initialization you may use this kind of syntax, but Don't use this kind of syntax. See, a of like this means if you want to read a data dynamically without initialization reading, then you should mention the size, right? We'll see in the DevC all these examples, right? This is the initialization. And accessing, suppose I want to access the element. See, the main use of arrays is the random access. Main use of arrays is the random access. Means you can access element from any index without worrying the position, right? Suppose I want to sixth index, then simply you can use a of 6, then you will get a sixth element or seventh element. Please note this, it gives the seventh element. The reason is it starts with 0, right? 0 means you will get a first element. First element. E of 1 means you will get a second element. Second element, like this. Please note this. Arrays allows you two random access. Right? Random access means you can access any element by specifying the index of the element. By specifying the index of the element. Is this clear? Now we can see using editor. See here I am going to take three elements. Int of ARR of 3. Right? And here I am going to take direct initialization instead of the 1, 2, 3. See, printf of %d, comma, array of 0. Then what is the output here? If you run this code, what is the output? What is the output? Yeah, the 0 index. The 0 index. What is there in the 0 index? Tell me. What is there in the 0 index? So 0 index element is 1, right? 0 index element is 1. 1 means how it will store. How the given array is stored. If you observe here, yeah. Here it is going to take 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. This is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, this is the 2 index. What you wrote here? A of 0. A of 0 means you need to do the 1 value, right? If you run this code, yes, it is going to display what is the data? 1. Why it is a 1? Because at 0 index, the value is 1 is there. For example, if you want to access 2, then see what happened here. If you run this code, it is going to display 3, right? Yes, the 3 is there. Is this clear? So what happened if you use a 4, 5? I don't have 5th index. If I use an array of 5, what I will get here? See, if you run this code, it returns by default 0. Means you are going to use some unallocated memory, right? You are going to use unallocated memory. Actually, you have given only 3 element space, but you are going to access the 5th element space. Means 6 means 6th element data. Right? We didn't get any error, but if you use the same kind of expression in where it is called Java or Python, it is going to do array out of bound exception. Array out of bound exception. Error you will get. But here you don't have exceptions like that. Right? You should take care of your memory. Right? You should take care of your memory. You didn't get any error, but by default it is going to give the garbage value or 0 value, because the memory, what is the data is available. That data you will get it here. Right? Is this clear? If you use a without index, then so the value is more what it is called more than your size, then by definitely it is going to take either garbage value or 0, right? what happened if I forgot to use 3, right? Is this work or not? See, if you run this code, definitely you get the output. Yeah, oh sorry, I need to change this index, right? So for example, index is 2. Then what is the output? The index is 3. 2 means it is going to give the 3 is the output. Is this clear? Is this clear? And as well as one more thing. For example, here I am not going to initialize the data. I am going to take the just declaration and I am going to read the data from here. I am going to take the data from here. See what I am going to do? Scanf of %d, comma, ampersand, array of 0. First element, right? First element. Second element. Instead of assigning, I'm going to read a data. 2. Right? If you run this code, see. First value, I want to enter 100. First value. Second value is 200. And third value is 300. Right? What are you going to read? So here A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. Right? This is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, and this is the 2 index. Is this clear? And by default, we are going to print the second index, right? We are going to get the 300 is the output. Is this clear? And see what happened if you want to read 100 elements. Means I need to write 100 times, right? Scanf. Instead of that, you can use a for loop. See, for I equal to 0 index, right? I is less than or equal to n. So less than n, I plus plus. Here, n is the number of values you need to read from the input. Number of values you need to read from the input. See, here, print, enter, printf, enter a value, a number, right? See, every time it is going to ask number. For example, here you need to read scanf of, for example, yeah, I'm going to take n value as a static. See, n equal to 5. 5 means it is going to take the 5 values. See, if you run this code, it is going to enter a number. For example, 100. Enter a number 200. Enter a number 300. Enter a number 400. Enter a number 500. Yes. Is this clear? But observe carefully. Here you change the value, but here you always put the 0 only. You have to use I here. Means I means see what it is going to take here. First time n value is 5, right? And it comes to here. The first time I value is 0 and 0 is less than 5. Condition true. When the condition true, it comes enter into that. Enter a number. When you enter a number, that value stored array of I means I value is 0, right? The first value is stored at array of 0. What is the value? 100. Right? Next time I value is goes to 1 and 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition true. In the condition true, array of 1 equal to 200. Right? Next, I equal to 2. 2 is less than 5. Condition true. In the condition true, array of 2 is stored at 300. Right? Next, I value is goes to 3. 3 is less than 5. Condition true. Again, array of 3 is equal to 400. Right? And array of next I value is goes to 4 and array of 4 is equal to 500. then I equal to 5, 5 less than 5, condition false. You just get out of the loop. Means here we are going to show the 5 values using a for loop. Please note this. See, I'm going to run this code. Just now we had trace, right? Trace is over. And if you run this code, here if you use 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. See what value you are going to print? We are going to print second index, right? When you are going to print second index means, so by default the second index is 300, right or wrong? See, array of 2 is 300, right? It is the reason. Is this clear? And for example, if you want to read, if you want to display all the values, then simply you can use, here the for loop is there, right? Instead of writing the for loop here, you just write a for loop here. For loop of, you just use a space, and instead of 2, you can use I. Then see, what is the output you are going to get here. So enter number 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. That is the data is available with the array variable, ARR variable. Is this clear? This is the way you are going to handle. This kind of arrays are called as single dimension, means only the one dimension, only one row is there, right? So that is why it is going to call single dimension or one dimensional arrays. One dimensional arrays. Is this clear? Right? This is the way you are going to read a n number of elements like this. For example, if I use a nth of 5000 means it is going to take the 5000 variables. 5000 variables. 5000 means you should take that array also 500. So n is 500. 500 array means this program is going to take 500 values and going to display 500 values also. Right? Is this clear? Is this clear? So this is the way you are going to handle the arrays. Right? Is this clear? What we have seen today? So we have seen today how to declare array and how to initialize the elements and how to access the elements, right? And as well as what is the purpose of the array. See, array is a collection of homogeneous elements. Array is the collection of homogeneous elements. This is the very, very important. The same time, when you are going to use a multiple variables with the same type, you can opt arrays. Arrays will reduce the burden from the user end by creating the multiple variables. The single variable can survey all your purpose. Right? Is this clear? The next class we will see two-dimensional or multi-dimensional arrays. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.